Step one, get a beer. Then we come over here to this mess, which is all part of the mess. And we're going to turn this into this. Ah yes, grocery outlet. I guess we better light it up proper. Grocery outlet, German beer from Bavaria. So, as we can see here, our workbench is now clean, but not for long. I did a pretty lousy job putting down this flooring, and over here you'll notice that we have screwed the docks, which normally look like this, from Inline Fabrication. And then these are the plates, the base plates. I have a third one over here in this mess, right here. And of course what those allow us to do, which you've seen in other videos, is to take our presses and plunk them in. Of course we have to line them up properly to get them to sit. Oh. Yes, stand up there and take your medicine. This one has a hooch out on it, supposed to protect the threads. And then there's the wing nuts, which are in the other videos. I have a tub of them here. Get all these tubs from them as well. But you've got these nice wing nuts. Go on down here and secure these. It's somewhere in here. We have the light kit. Doing a really lousy job filming right now. Those plug in there. That plugs in down there. There's a switch on here somewhere, so I'm told. Right, so here's your press with the switch on. So you've got the light bar on the inside here, because typically we sit out here. And you've got your light in the center here. So you can look down in there and see if your cases are charged. And of course, pay no attention to the sawdust from all the cutting that I've been doing. I will have to clean this. This is their ergonomic handle. And right now I can stand here and pretty much do that without having to bend over. This is really nice. And then we've got, I went the whole route, and all the tools I had, they had plates for. So I can take my trimmer. This is a Lyman trimmer that allegedly fits in there. So I can trim cases with that rascal. And then we've got our Dillon primer pocket swager. They make this in two flavors. One that's set up very much like this one is, with this going this direction. They have another one that mounts it this way. You order it how you want. And I can swage primer pockets with that guy. And then, really cool, down here in the depths of Mordor, is this doodad. Make sure I don't have the thread protectors on there. That elevates the whole 9 yards. And then it's got this mounted on it, which is for your dies. You can put your dies in there. And then I have another press, single stage, which for the sake of argument for demonstration, we'll go ahead and put in there. So now you can stand. They make one 4 inches, they make one 7 inches tall. So that you don't have to. I still have to bend over with this because I don't have this on here yet, but I will. So this is very cool. And then Inline also makes these nice little racks and the rail that it mounts on. I need to get some more rail there. So that you've got your powder stand. I've got my Dillon case trimmer, and I have all my stuff set up with the Hornady lock and load bushings, so that they just, you set them up once, you lock them in, and you know. And then I even have a vacuum over here that I normally have over here that can plug into this. And it's really noisy, so sometimes I just hang that out the window on the outside of the building and I run the hose through the window. And then this here is my blower, sucks solder fumes out, because I also solder in here when I'm doing electronics. And yeah, so this is a very nice arrangement in terms of all my dies are here. These are the different powder dies for the bottom of this powder measure here, which plunks right in. And then each station has its own disc. It's what they call the shell plate for the different calibers. There's a few other things sitting here that don't really fit, but whatever. And you know, dies. And there you go. Everything is all organized. I took it a step further. As it turns out, Inline Fabrication makes plates for some vices, or just a blank plate where you can drill holes or send them a template of your whole pattern and you can put anything you want on there. So this used to be mounted here. There's holes underneath this linoleum that you can't see where this used to be mounted. I will go get a blank plate from them. So this can also go here, or however you want to mount it on one of the plates. I went even further than that. Since I'm a motorcycle enthusiast, I have a motorcycle engine stand specifically for my Vertimati motorcycles that I originally had bolted down, and then I moved it. It was over there. I moved it so that I could set up this reloading station. But I called Inline Manufacturing and they sent me a blank 8x8 plate that I then drilled out. This is heavy. This probably has thread protectors on it that are now destroyed because this weighs 100 pounds. But then of course I would go ahead and screw the wing nuts on here so that this thing doesn't move about, but I can rotate this engine stand 360 degrees around for this and this, and you know, this allows it to flip-flop and, you know, pretty much work on my Italian handmade motorcycles. Here's one right over here, hidden behind all this other crap. And then if I really want, I will probably take that clamp right there and figure out a way of mounting it to one of these things so I can work on my bicycles over here and get rid of that piece of crap that I made to do that with. So yeah, Inline Manufacturing, very, very cool. Very cool stuff. It works very well, and it's quite affordable considering what you're getting. And I'm a metal fabricator and I know what this stuff costs. They are very affordable when you consider what it is you're getting. Now, one of the reasons that I'm getting away with having something that's heavy as a 100-pound engine and stand is because of what I put underneath this. When I had my presses here, the first thing I noticed is that this 5/8 tongue and groove plywood would actually flex when I pulled on the press. So what I did is I took some flat 1/4-inch plate steel and I stuck it to the press underneath here. So when I removed the presses and put in these bottom plates, I went ahead and drilled the correct holes to basically be able to use these long steel plates as washers, and those are probably a good 10 inches long, maybe even a foot. They extend way back here and, you know, basically make all of this wood not flexible, so that when I put that 100-pounder on there, it doesn't flex much. And then Inline has these nice covers that can go in those holes to keep things flush rather, so that stuff doesn't go down inside here. The other thing I've seen, you'll see it in one of the videos, just some guy, I think his handle on YouTube is called Reloading Junkie or something like that. What he did was he put 2x4s here, posts. So he just screwed them right into his bench here, and he was able to screw them in down there. Mine's recessed, so it won't work unless I put blocks here, but I could do it. It goes right to the concrete and stiffens this front edge so that it doesn't pivot. It gives support here. And I have 4-inch deck screws, you know, the big ones, going down through this. You could use lag bolts if you can find them that are tapered. These were nice and tapered. They're Torx. They work well. But yeah, it goes all the way down into this 2x4. So it's pretty stiff. But yeah, that's one of the things you can do. See it on YouTube there about putting a 2x4 from here down to stiffen this.